Hi YouTube friends, I'm the Girl Stacker and welcome back to my channel where I talk about stacking cash, coins, and cryptos. In today's video, I want to talk about the recent stimulus bill and the $600 direct payment that's associated with that bill. So before I get started, I do want to share a few things. The stimulus that we're going to receive is coming at a different time in my life than when the first stimulus check came. 2020 started off as a really rough year for me personally. I was unemployed when 2020 started, and then when the pandemic hit, life just got so much harder. I was in a position where I needed that $1,200 to help me pay for basic bills like my food and my housing. And I was getting the unemployment checks for the first part of 2020. I needed them, and I was so grateful that they were available. My reality then, I know, is still the reality of a lot of people. And for those people who are still really in economic survival mode, I would say do what you have to do with the stimulus that you're gonna get, but also stay encouraged. Try to stay as positive as possible. Now, I know that's difficult because, if someone had said that to me earlier in this year, I would have been a little less than inclined to believe it, but things do present themselves. Opportunities do present themselves, and blessings fall from the sky. I'm a person who believes in blessings. And so if you stay available to the blessing that's on its way towards you, your life can change. Mine did. So I just wanted to say that before I shared how I'm going to use the 600 stimulus, just because I wanted to, be honest with you all, and also say that I know that not everybody's in the circumstances that I'm currently in. I myself was not here until very recently. And so with that, let's get on with the video. Well, Congress recently passed a $900 billion COVID relief bill. And that bill includes a direct payment of $600 to most Americans, or at least the ones who made under $75,000 in 2019. I'm not going to get into the details of the bill in this video. However, if you want to know more about the relief bill, you can actually watch a video by Minority Mindset. Minority Mindset is a financial channel that I learn a lot from, and they have a video that explains the bill in far more detail. I'll link that video in the description below. I'll also link another video and a few more articles just in case you want to do a little extra research. In 2019, I made under $75,000. So assuming that the current version of the stimulus bill is passed, I should receive a check for $600. Now I want to go over how I plan to use the check. I'll give you a high-level summary and then a specific breakdown with Rationale. So in general, I plan to use a little bit of the money to pay off some debts. I also plan to use a little bit of money to buy gold and silver. And then lastly, I plan to use the rest of the money to invest in cryptocurrency. Let's look at the specific allocation now. I decided to handwrite my allocation out. I hope you don't mind, and I hope my handwriting is pretty legible. All right, so if I start with my $600, I plan to allocate $175 of that to student loan payments. I do have student loans that I'm working on paying, and I'll explain why I'm going to use some of this money for that in just a second. That will bring my remaining total down to $425. I want to use 205 of those dollars to buy a 1/10 ounce gold coin, and that will leave me with the remaining balance of $220. Then I'd like to use $65 to buy 2 ounces of silver, which will leave me with a remaining balance of $155. And that last $155 I want to use to buy some Ethereum, 1/4 of an Ethereum coin. Now let me share the rationale for the allocation I just reviewed. As I mentioned previously, I do have student loans, and my student loans are at 6.5% interest. And all federal student loans are interest-free or not accruing interest until January 31st, 2021. So if I make a payment now, I potentially can save $10.50 over the life of the loan. Now, let me just say, I am not a math person, nor am I an economist. And so I may have calculated this incorrectly, but I did use an APR calculator. So if you come up with a different number, please let me know. The point here is that by making a payment before January 31st, 2021, I'll be saving on interest. So that's why I'm choosing to put some of the money there. I'm choosing to put some of the money into gold. My goal is to purchase 1 ounce of gold annually to add to my stack. And I think that's really important because gold and silver are hedges against inflation. And even though I'm really excited about the $600 that we're going to be potentially getting, or even the $2,000 that might be coming. I mean, there's a lot of currency printing right now, a lot of fiat printing, and that just makes the dollar a lot weaker. And I just feel like it's wise to hedge. And so I can't really afford to buy a whole ounce of gold at a time. So I end up buying 1/10 ounces at a time. And even though that's more expensive in the long run, it's just what I can do in my budget. So I'm doing that. And so that's why I've decided to buy some gold, mostly to make sure I meet my annual goal of this 1 ounce in my stack. And then also because even though I love this money, I am worried about the strength of our dollars in the long term. The silver I'm buying because I want a Libertad. So the 2020 Libertads just recently came out. They stopped making them for a little while because of everything that was happening this year, and it was just a rough year. So, and there's a low mintage, so I want to add a Libertad, a 2020 Libertad to my stack. I also got a promotion from SD Bullion for 1 ounce at spot, so I want to add that. And then of course silver, just like gold, is to help hedge against inflation and a weakening dollar, and that's why I'm choosing to make those purchases. And my last purchase, Ethereum. Ethereum is a type of cryptocurrency. For those people who are not very familiar with cryptocurrencies, it's actually the second most common popular currency behind Bitcoin. And Ethereum is currently in the $650 range per coin. It goes up and down every day, obviously, every hour. And so with that $155, I can buy about 1/4 of a coin. Now, the reason I want to do that is because a lot of the crypto analysts are predicting that Ethereum is going to increase substantially over the course of 2021. Super conservative estimates say that Ethereum will be at $3,500 per coin. I've also seen estimates at $10,000 per coin. So just to be on the side of caution, I'm going to say if Ethereum goes up to $3,500 a coin from where it's currently at, which is in the 600s, mid 600s, that my $155 investment today will ultimately be worth $875. So that's a 465% increase. Hi friends. I wanted to show you the price change in Ethereum since I recorded this video. So I recorded this video on December 26th. And as you can see, at that time, Ethereum was in the 627, or actually it's a little lower. It's like between 627, let's just say that, up to about 650. So it was in the 625 to 650 range. And then it shot up, and the price is now $725 per coin at the time of me uploading this video. So by the time you watch this video, Ethereum might actually be, I don't know, $800. I actually did buy Ethereum when it was down here on the 26th. The nature of how Ethereum works, especially in relationship to Bitcoin, it has a lag, and so I just didn't want to miss the boat. I am showing you my screen on Robinhood using the Robinhood app. I don't recommend buying most cryptocurrencies on Robinhood. I'm just choosing to use Robinhood to show you the price influx. I'll record another video in the future about like where to buy cryptocurrencies, how to store them, how to keep them safe, so on and so forth. All right, back to the normally recorded video. So some of you might be wondering, especially since Ethereum has gone up already, and it will probably go up, or I believe it will go up in the future. You might be wondering, like, why am I spending money on student loans when I could just grow a bunch of money and pay off the loans at a faster rate maybe? Well, the reason is because, as I mentioned earlier, I was unemployed for a while, and so I got really behind on my student loans, and I do have some other debts that I need to take care of. And so I don't really believe in putting all my eggs in one basket. Just in general, I believe in being diversified and being responsible. For me, that means taking care of my debt in a pretty aggressive way. Like, let's just pretend like I hadn't shared Ethereum on here or any of the silver and gold. Like, paying extra payments on my student loans, especially when they're going to be interest free, would be considered a pretty aggressive way of tackling debts. The other reason is that even though Ethereum has gone up, and I believe it will continue to go up, and I believe that crypto is in a bullish market right now, crypto, just like with all investments, is subject to risk. In fact, crypto is way more volatile than any other kind of asset class right now. And so, you know, there's a really strong possibility that my crypto portfolio will dip. In fact, I know it will, and it might drop by 30%. I mean, the gains are tremendous because the risk is tremendous. For me, it is important to be balanced and diversified, and the way I do that is by aggressively taking care of my debt, but also being pretty aggressive in terms of the type of risk that I'm taking, and then also being super safe. Like, of all the things here, investing in silver and gold is a way for me to protect the money. Let's just say that Ethereum goes all the way down into the bucket and I lose all $155. Then at least I'm not out completely, because I have some of my money stored in a really safe, in fact, probably the most safe asset class, which is precious metals. So, but again, this is just my view. I'd love to hear what other people are doing and why you're doing it. Are you a person who's prioritizing paying off debt? Are you a person who needs the money just to pay bills and keep your head above water like I was earlier this year? Are you a person who wants to put all their money in precious metals? Are you a person who's like, crypto to the moon? Like, what are you doing? Tell us, because we could learn from each other. So let us know how you plan to use your $600 in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for joining. I'm the Girl Stacker. See you next time. Bye.